Hey guys, this is Steve from the AdventureRx. This is episode number 40 something, 50. What the hell episode is this? Episode number 27. In this episode, I make a decision to climb El Capitan in Yosemite and immediately get sidelined in Las Vegas with car repairs for about a week. This episode of the AdventureRx blog is brought to you by Lilo's Nap Time. Lilo is my 2-year-old daughter, and because it is her nap time, I am able to sit down and record an episode of the vlog. And this is actually my first time traveling solo with Lilo. So Stephanie had to finish up some work back east. I came out here to Las Vegas, and now I've just been waiting with Lilo for the last couple of days, started getting work done on my car, took it into the shop, and to get it fixed up from the hit and run that happened a couple episodes ago when the car was parked here in Vegas. Somebody hit the car, and that's one of the downsides of traveling and living on the road, is that you are forced to leave your vehicle sometimes and you rely differently on your vehicle. Coincidentally, with all of that, I made the decision to relaunch the Living Vertical website, which also crashed, and I decided to stack one more thing on top of that, which was I made a decision to climb El Capitan in Yosemite. Basically, my thought process for this was that several years ago when I started Living Vertical, and I made the Project 365 documentary, which I will link down below here, one of the things that I really had in mind for that whole project, where I climbed every single day for an entire year, but in my mind when I envisioned this, a lot of that was really meant to be big wall climbing. And where I was as a climber at that point, it was too involved to do multiple days on the wall, and at least with my skill set at the time, and I didn't have the opportunity to really practice skills because I had to be out climbing every single day. Now I'm in slightly a different position, and I've decided that I'm gonna go back and really take another serious look at climbing El Capitan in Yosemite, because that's something I've always wanted to do. It's a goal I've had for a while, and I'm just gonna go and start working towards that. And I came to this conclusion about a week ago when I was in Massachusetts. It seemed like a great idea then, and of course, after arriving out here in Las Vegas and being, all excited to go out and start training for and working for an ascent of El Cap, I failed to take into account the fact that my car might take a longer time to get fixed than I was anticipating, and so it's actually going to be in the shop for about a week or so from now, and my partner that I had lined up to climb with and to practice some big wall stuff in Yosemite is not going to be available by the time I'm able to get there. So it's kind of discouraging. It puts a kink in the plans, but at the same time, I'm trying to stay positive, because the reality is that the climbing is not going anywhere. There's going to be adventures, and there's always areas that I can push myself. The challenge is really keeping myself, my head game, my self-talk in a positive sense, so that I don't sabotage myself, because the climbing isn't going anywhere. The problem is that I might be going somewhere if I don't really stay focused on that end goal. So, I'm going to keep climbing, I'm going to keep making these films and get back on the road as soon as I can. And I'm going to enjoy the time that we're here in Las Vegas, because, it's not the worst place we could possibly be. And hopefully in the next week, the Living Vertical website is going to relaunch, which it looks fantastic. And I'm really excited about getting that going again and having a new project to be working on. So when I did Project 365 in 2012, my focus was very much on sending a message about diabetes. This time it's a little bit different for me, because it's not such a focused message about diabetes awareness or diabetes empowerment. That is certainly something that may come out of this, but for me this is really more about how we look at failure and what we do with the things that frighten us and that challenge us. And frankly, I'm doing this because I've tried it once before and I failed, and every time I've thought about it since then, I've been scared to go back and try it. Not just because it's scary and it's climbing, but it's scary because I already have one failure against me and I know that it's hard. And so to me, that is an indication that I need to go back and I need to do this. There's no first, best, fastest, strongest, superlatives that go along with this. It's really the fact that it's difficult and that I feel like this is something that I can't do, or at least that I can't do without really pushing myself further. And right after making that decision, I got, hit with the car repair taking longer, being stuck in Las Vegas longer, my travel plans, that window of time that we had allotted for Yosemite, getting crunched down, not being able to align with my partner and get in there and start working on this. And so it's like right out of the gate, I have that resistance that I have to deal with. And I've been putting off making this video for like a week and a half. I have made several versions of this video that have just gotten deleted because in my head, like, the self-talk is so negative right now. It's like, it's really hard to deal with. But I'm just doing it because I have to do this. Like, if I don't do this, then I'm not going to take the next steps to get off my butt and stay positive and do what I can while I can in order to make that goal and to reach that goal in the long term. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, give us a thumbs up, drop us a comment. I would love to hear feedback, ideas, support. Hate mail I can probably do without at this point, but do what feels right. And I will see you in the next episode of the vlog, episode 28.